got so motherfucking design on right now. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. I got 3 old thoughts on the block.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sri Suryanti from Management Class 2 to be with NPM 22418. On this occasion, I will explain some material and values discussion about risk and return. Understanding risk and return. Risk can be said to be an alternative for loss or discussion. More broadly, risk can be interpreted as the possibility of an unstable or opposite outcome occurring with a recidive. In the financial industry in general, there is a jargon in risk based about in returns, meaning that if you want to get bigger results, you will be faced with greater risk too. For example, in stock investment, volatility or upward movement, absurd decline in the share price will open up opportunities to obtain greater returns. But on the contrary, if the price moves in the upside direction, there will be losses borne very greatly. Return oriented is the profit or loss resulting from an investment within a certain period of time. Return can be expressed in percentage or nominal terms. Adapted for Infotopia, return is money earned or loss from investment activities with a certain period of time. Meanwhile, according in Irham Fahmi, the definition of stock return is as follows: the profit obtained by companies, individual and institutions for the result of the investment policies carried out. Next, systematic risk is a risk that cannot be eliminated by diversity because protection in the risk are influenced by macro factors that can influence the market as a whole. For example, there are changes in interest rates, foreign exchange rate, government policies. So is general in nature and applies to all share on the relevant stock exchange. Unsystematic risk that can be eliminated by differently because this risk is unique and only exists in a particular company or industry. So it also called unique risk. The magnitude of the risk fluctuation varies from one stock to another because of this difference. As stock has a different level of sensitivity to any market change. For example, capital structure, asset structure, liquidity level, profit level. This risk is also the describable risk that can be eliminated and reduced. Definition of risk and result. Risk can be said to be the chance of a loss or unstable result occurring in the accounting period. In terms of investment, risk means the probability of an unstable result occurring on the outside of the desired one. Risk can be analyzed as a standalone risk as part of a portfolio. The rate of return is the profit that will be obtained or can be interpreted as competition in terms of investment. The rate of return is obtained from inflation or increases in the price of goods. While the rate of return can also be interpreted as the return of investment in the form of money. These two concepts are interpreted in the investment. The greater the risk taken, the greater the expected rate of return. However, risk and rate of return must also be managed. It's right why there is the balance between the two. Next, the relationship risk of return. The relationship between risk and expected return is a unidirectional and linear relationship. This means that the greater the risk of an asset, the greater the expected return on that asset, and vice versa. Risk and return can also be analyzed as stand-alone risk or as part or a portfolio. In portfolio analysis, investors choose a combination of investments that have different risks to achieve optimal levels of return. In addition, risk and rate of return also influenced by other factors such as market condition, economic condition, and government policies. Therefore, investors need to pay attention to factors in choosing investment. The relationship between risk and rate of return is linear or unidirectional. The higher the rate of return, the higher the risk, the greater the asset we place in investment application. The greater the risk arising from the investment, linear conditions are only possible in normal market. Next, type of risk. Business risk is a risk that arises due to the decline in the profitability of the issuing company. Liquidity risk. This risk is related to the ability of the share market to be able to be traded immediately without experiencing significant losses. Interest rate risk is the that arises due to trend in internet rates prevailing in the market. Usually, this risk runs counter to the rise of capital market intervention. Purchasing power risk is a risk that arises due to the increase of change in the inflation rate, where this change will cause a reduction in the purchasing power of invested money and the invest earned from the investment. This causes the real value of income to be smaller. Currency risk is the risk that arises due to the influence of change in the exchange rate of the domestic currency, for example, the rupee, with the currency of other country, for example, US dollar. Return type. Real estate return can be interpreted as the return that has occurred. This real estate return can be the basis for determining the returns and risks that will be experienced in the future. This level of investment return is calculated based on historical return data. This real estate return is important because it will be assessed to measure the company's performance and serve as a benchmark for measuring expected returns in the future. B. Return expression expected return in the return or returns that investors hope to get in the future. Explicit return is a form of return that has not yet been realized because it is still an status of the expression. Expression return can be realized or not depending on various factors including the factor performance of the company concerned. To calculate expected return, you can look at future expected values, historical return, and accepting expected return. Expected return are also influenced by macro and micro factors such as market condition, economic condition, and government policies. The risk of an asset can be analyzed in two ways, simply as follows. 1. By standing alone, these assets are considered separate. Stand-alone asset risk is the risk an inventory will place if inventory only holds on asset. Most assets are hid in portfolio, but it is useful for understanding risk in a portfolio context. Inventory there to invest if the expected rate of return is high enough to completely investor for the risk pool. 2. Based on the number of portfolio, this asset is considered out of a number of assets in the portfolio. So risk and return have a close relationship. If you expect a high rate of the return, then you must also be prepared for the risk you have to bear. If you expect big profit, then you must also be prepared for the chance of big loss. In the financial industry, there is a term that says young risk break about high return, which can be interpreted as the high risk bond will bring about the opportunity for life return as well. Selanjutnya ada rumus dan cara menghitung return. Rumusnya adalah harga sekarang dikurang harga beli dikali jumlah unit. Misalnya, kita mendapatkan 100 unit reksadana dengan harga masing-masing Rp110.000. Nah, ketika nanti harga unitnya itu menjadi Rp125.000, maka berdasarkan rumus yang tadi, imbal hasil yang akan kita dapatkan ialah 125.000 dikurang 110.000 dikali 100 sama dengan 1.500.000. Nah, apa yang terjadi jika kita mendapatkan 100 unit reksadana dengan harga masing-masing Rp110.000? Tapi kemudian harga unitnya itu berubah menjadi Rp95.000. Nah, kita menggunakan rumus yang sama, maka imbal hasil yang kita dapatkan adalah 95.000 dikurang 110.000 dikali dengan 100. Maka hasilnya sama, 1.500.000. Okay, that's all the presentation of some material and some definition that I can convey. If there are words and sentences that are wrong, I apologize. I hope the material I convey is easier to understand. Thank you. See you next time.